Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Jenny. I'm from Jenny Card Designs. My YouTube channel contains content that is intended to share paper crafting, tutorials, and inspiration with all of you. I hope that you enjoy. In today's video, I've got a quick project using the Simon Says stamp Stronger Together stamp set, along with a mini MISTI and some markers that I picked up from Walmart. These markers are from Pen Gear and they're a dual tip. They have a brush tip on one end and a fine point on the other. So I'm going to grab the little floral image in the Stronger Together stamp set and I'm going to ink it up with some Memento Tuxedo Black ink. I'll get that stamp picked up on the door of my MISTI and ink up the stamp, and I'm going to stamp it down onto a panel that measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 of Neenah 110-pound white cardstock. And then I'll get it all cleaned up and put away. I like to clean as I go. And then I'm going to grab my markers. So these markers, as I mentioned, have a brush tip on one end and then a fine point sort of pen on the other end. It's like a fine liner. So I think it's really unique and interesting. So I grabbed them. They were only $12 in Canada, and I just I wanted to try them out and see what kind of quality they were. So this is the first time I'm going to be using these markers, and I'm going to just flick color in. I'm not coloring consistently up and down, back and forth. I'm just flicking color one stroke at a time in an upward or downward motion. So in some spots I go over a few times and you'll see it gets a little bit darker there. And then in some spots I like to leave a white space to give it some highlight and make it look more three-dimensional. So I'm just going to use this green marker here and go through all of my leaves and just flick the color from the top and from the bottom, leaving a little bit of white space in the center of each of the leaves. And then I'm going to come back in with that fine liner tip, and I'm just going to add in some more darker strokes of color in the tips of the leaf and the bottom of the leaf where it connects to the vine, just to give it a little bit more depth there. So here's a look at what that looks like. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing to the flowers. I'm going to grab this sort of peachy pink marker from the set, and I'm going to do some upward flick motions on the flower petals, leaving a nice white space at the top. I'm going to come in with a different color to fill that in. So I'm just going over it a couple of times. Now I noticed if I went over it too many times, the paper started pilling. So you just have to be careful that you don't saturate the paper too much. I'm going to color the tips of the petals with the yellow marker with the same flicking motion and just flicking down into that pink color, creating an orangey shade. So which I thought was really pretty. So I just came back into some of the petals and brought that yellow down just a little bit farther in a stroke or two, just to create a little bit of interest. So I think this really made those flowers look three-dimensional. And I'm not a coloring expert by any means. I barely am above kindergarten level. I've been trying this flicking motion and I really like the way that it's been working, because anytime I color an image, it's either flat or I color outside the lines, and I'm not very good at it. So I'm working at it. So I came back into the leaves with that same yellow, and I did a few flicks here and there just to bring in a new color, maybe sort of a glowing effect on those leaves. So I'm going to grab the sentiment that says call me or text me, whatever. I really like how loosey-goosey that is. This card would be perfect for my sister. So I'm inking up that greeting with Memento Tuxedo Black ink to make it coordinate with my flowers. And then I'm just going to adhere this to a white card base, and I'll just trim it down so that I get a nice even white border all around my cardstock. And then I'll adhere this straight to my card base. So this is a nice simple white card. I really like the use of the white space here. So I'm going to grab some sequins from Neat and Tangled. These are the Snowfall Sequin Mix, and they've got a mix of clear and sort of frosty white and silvery sequins in it. And I just scattered those around using my jewel picker and some Lawn Fawn glue. And then that's it for this card. Just a quick and simple, cute little card, basic coloring, not very many supplies needed here. But I had some fun. So I hope that you've enjoyed this card project, and check out my other videos and tutorials for more inspiration to keep you busy in your craft room. So thanks for stopping by. Have yourself a lovely day, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!